here. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. Roll call shows Kevin Huber and Marcia Fronick are absent. Also present is our student rep and reigning Kalachki queen tonight, so it's an honor to have her. Just thought I'd do a shout out. Thanks, Trevor, for the reminder. Also, before we jump into anything, we just need to add to the agenda the land sale resolution for the lot located at 350 Tyrone Street in Lee Center. So, but we'll start with the administrative report.
Perfect. Thanks, Josh. All right, welcome everyone. Congratulations. I wasn't excited this morning.
Thank you.
We are sitting in the months before.
I guess.
Very cool. So I'll just run through a few areas coming kind of out of director's meeting as well. Starting with some communications and marketing. Obviously we have some parades, some Lonsdale days just went on. We got the Seward County Fair coming up. So looking at representing at those, working on getting some swag items and so on to get out to folks. The Montgomery parade was well. I couldn't attend the Lonsdale one because it's some degree, but it's very, very good. Looking at doing some calendar work to mainstreaming some things on the calendar. Also working on doing some logo updating for all of our directors and staff so that when we publish things and do things that we have our own little logos, so on and so forth. Teaching and learning, preparing for induction week. As we know, that's coming up for our teachers. New teachers are coming up next week. Principals, and then our special services director have been working on workshop week to make sure that we have all the teachers staffed with their PD and the right PD so that we can move the school year forward. I wouldn't say a struggle, a little bit of struggle, just trying to bring that down a notch with all the things that we added on for the prior year, and then mainstreaming it down into the things that our teachers actually need to do to keep doing well. So they're working on that. We're almost finished with that, so that's good. Evaluation system we're also looking at to make sure that we get our teachers the right evaluations and the tools to use and utilize that PD appropriately. Evaluation systems change often, but we're really trying to hone in on a system that works even a little bit better. Community education side, we have new preschool teacher hired for Lonsdale. Kids Zone coordinator in the center was hired. We got a whole bunch of preschool and Kids Zone applications coming in, so enrollment on those ends are looking pretty good right now, so I'm really happy about that. Getting ready for back to school as well for the little ones, which is kind of fun. And then we're just keeping an eye on the dip in the census, as many schools are for some of the little ones that are coming up behind preschool, as most people are aware. Special services, working on hiring some SPED teachers and some paras. Right now we still have some SPED teachers and quite a few paras that need to be hired. And as obviously the school year is getting closer and closer, that's becoming more difficult without trying to put too many students on a teacher caseload, which becomes very overwhelming sometimes for some of our staff. So we are trying to find some SPED teachers. Working through a lot of individual student placements at this time. We have been growing in our SPED population. So just making sure that we place our students in the right situations and areas to utilize the IEPs that they are put on, and then obviously following up with the IEPs. SPED files, so if you don't know, down in our file room over at TCU Montgomery, it is right, Brenda? It's got a lot of stuff in there. So we've hired a few of our staff members this summer to go through our SPED files. They are now up to about 1974, and took a good part of the summer to get that far, just to get everything in the computer system, so everything's not on paper and in boxes, because it's been starting to get to the ceiling, and we just want to make sure that we have access to those files. So we'll be working on that continuously, probably a little bit throughout the school year, but then again next summer, to get us caught back up. And plus then we can start throwing some of the SPED materials away, as we don't need to hold on to them for so long. Facilities, right now we're working on a 10-year facility plan. It's starting to fall into place pretty well, especially after we just put in some HVAC units. We've got the parking lots outside, and some of our other units, especially some of our chillers, boilers, pool, all the big ticket items that we need to plan ahead of time. So that plan is coming together really very nicely right now. And we'll work on that a little bit more too when Dion, our finance manager, gets his feet a little bit more wet as well. The glycol for our systems will be here this week in Monty, so right now it's coming out pretty clear. If you don't know what glycol is, it's actually the antifreeze to make sure that our heating systems don't freeze in the winter. So now they are pretty well running clear, so the glycol will be going in this week at some point. So those will be up to speed. Quite frankly, we'll feel some temperatures in our buildings that'll be very stable over the winter, which we haven't experienced in some of our buildings. So looking forward to that. We offered 2 positions for custodials today, so we'll be full capacity. They both accepted it, so it's just a matter of them getting on the next board approval. They're not on for tonight. Oh, are they on there tonight?
Yeah.
Oh, we got those on there. They are on there tonight, thank you. So we'll be approving those, so we'll be full staff for our facilities, which will be awesome. Food service, our Lee Center repairs have been completed, so our one cooling system over there for our foods has been completely restored and is up and running, which is really exciting, and she's been able to purchase some new things for the high school, some new stations, so on and so forth, and some of the funds that we've had for that. So food service is ready to go for the summer. They're also going to be helping us again with breakfast and lunch for when the teachers come back, which is also very exciting. Athletics, fall sports began today. I was going to ask Chad how many student athletes we have, but it's a lot based on what I've seen, especially I can see soccer out my window. So that's really exciting. Saw a huge amount of swimmers walk by the window today. So school's getting ready to start. That's how I always look at it. I know, don't. When the sports kids walk by, then it always feels like school's getting ready to start. And then technology. We finished up putting some TVs around. The timing system in the pool is almost ready to go. So we now have touch pads. There's a couple of video monitor screens in there, so the student athletes can now see their times as soon as they touch the wall, which means some other teams are going to want to come to compete with us, which will be really exciting. So I know the swim team is pretty excited about that, as now they have a timing system that will work out really well. And I know Lane's excited too, because we can do some Special Olympic things in there now. And then qualify some students for some state things and maybe some national things. So it'll be pretty exciting to have that up and running. And there's a couple other things just to finish with. Land sales, you just heard Josh just mention that we'll do approval for the one in Lee Center sales tonight. We did sell the one in Montgomery, and then we still have one other one available. And then hire-wise, I just said we need some paras. We need 4 paras. 8 paraprofessionals, an elementary music teacher, and 1 literacy coach going into the school year is where we're at for staffing. So not too much different than last year when I looked up. Last year we were looking for 3 sped teachers versus 4. So, and we finished the end of the year last year with needing 8 paras. We still need 8 paras. So we're pretty consistent there. But yeah, we're ready for school to start. It's winding down. Things are looking really good. People have been outside to see the parking lots here, the Lonsdale, the center. TCU Montgomery will be done, well, not be done, but will be started this week and then finished within about 2 to 3 weeks. So all the parking lots will be pretty up to speed. And the district will look really pretty good. So that's all I got.
Just curious, how long do you have to maintain SPED files? Is there like a statute for that?
15 years.
Okay. Just curious.
Yeah, so we've carried some over from both districts.
Okay.
So it just gone down into that file room.
Okay.
And it's all the district office files, it's all the grades, reports. It's probably got 200 file cabinets in there, Brenda?
Maybe not 200, but
Elida's shaking her head, but it's got at least 100 and some file cabinets in there. So, yeah.
I was just going to add too, it's our first year in the Big South. You mentioned the sports coming in, so I
Yes.
think that's it'll be an adjustment for some of the programs, but I think it's going to be a good thing for TCU moving forward, so.
Yeah, no, it'll be pretty exciting. And then
Yep.
someone, I can't remember, it was someone, but someone mentioned middle school. Middle school isn't part of the Big South, just so people are aware of that. Or it was Maggie. They're not a part of the Big South, so middle school can pretty much compete against whoever.
Mhm.
So they'll be competing against a lot of the similar schools that they've competed in the past. And plus, it's kind of nice because they're a little
Yeah.
more local as well. So that'll work out pretty well. And they don't start for a couple weeks, middle school.
Right. Sounds good. Thanks. Just again, I'll seek a motion to approve the agenda, but just a reminder that we have to add that land sale resolution to the end of the agenda. So given that, I'll seek an approval of the agenda as amended, or a motion to approve, I should say.
I'll make a motion.
Second. have a motion by Trevor Hone, seconded by Chris Blessock to approve the agenda as amended. All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Those opposed?
Aye.
Motion's passed 4-1. Under the consent agenda, we have the approval of minutes from the July 8th, 2024 board meeting. Under personnel, we have employment ending Greta Kunze, preschool teacher, Sarah Costello, high school band teacher, Abby Sexy, elementary teacher, Jaden Erler, paraprofessional, Veronica Stasny, assistant cook, Shannon Halitsky, middle school student council advisor, Jack Trowbridge, special education teacher, Jenny Frederick, 8th grade softball coach, Donna Morgan, paraprofessional, Jackie Gramling, paraprofessional, Ruth Trotner, paraprofessional, Jenna Gullix, Kid Zone aide. Under new hires, we have Craig Filtgen, special education teacher, Stephen Burrell, assistant principal, Gabrielle Calgary, paraprofessional, Elise Ilka, elementary teacher, Greg Westerman, head baseball coach, Brittany Clear, paraprofessional, Danielle Glynn, volunteer dance coach, Nathan Reed, band instructor, Amanda Pook, Kid Zone aide, Kylie Herrera, assistant dance coach, Jackie Gramling, Little Titans preschool teacher, Colin Zender, junior high boys soccer coach, Tyler Glynn, middle school student council advisor, Jessica Biddleman, high school administrative assistant in the counseling center, Paige Smishek, Kid Zone worker, Joshua Alexander, custodian maintenance, Michael Mace, custodian maintenance, Jenda Gullix, Kid Zone lead. Under leave of absence, we have Madeline Morshing, and under contracts, work agreements, and work policy, we have the 24-25, 25-26 principals contract, on the 24-25, 25-26 school nurse personnel. Under policies, our first and final reading, we have policy 506, student discipline, policy 722, public data and data subject requests, and then policy 806, crisis management policy. Under second and final reading, we have the 902.1 facility use policy. And we have the approval of bills in the amount of $492,921.73 and the finance report. So I will seek a motion to approve the consent agenda.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second. All right, I have a motion by Trevor Hone, seconded by Chris Blessock to approve the consent agenda. All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed?
Aye.
Motion's passed 4-1. Anyone for open forum tonight, Brenda? Okay. None. Student school board report, given by the Honorable Kalashki.
Well, we're in summer, so I don't really have anything.
Okay.
People are really excited about that phone policy, though. Everyone I've talked to, I asked for people to ask, like, if they have any questions for the school board, and everyone just gave me comments that I won't repeat, so never mind.
What question did you ask me, though?
Oh, can we wear our watches, even if it's an Apple Watch?
Yeah, you can wear your watches.
Because it was said on the thing, no smart watches.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it becomes one earlier.
Yeah.
So it says watches
Yes.
on there, but they can still wear them, or they can't wear them?
They can wear 'em.
Why does it say it in there then? Phones and watches?
They can't be communicating on it, but they can wear a watch.
Okay, well, I don't know. A watch is a watch, but an Apple Watch is an Apple Watch. That doesn't make sense, doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, so many watches are smart watches now.
Yeah, I understand that. So they can still wear it.
Mhm.
But the people that have phones, they can't have their phones on them.
They can have their phones
Or
on.
they can have
Yeah,
their-
they just can't have them out during class. So it's the same thing as a smartwatch. You can't be on your smartwatch or on your phone communicating with,
Is that stated in there?
I believe so.
Just making sure.
Mm-hmm.
I think the basis is just not having it be a distraction, so phone.
Oh, I get that, Chris.
Yeah.
I understand it fully.
I mean,
Yeah, it's made to be during class time, it's class time, and during passing time, it's
Exactly,
passing time.
Yep.
So,
But everything needs to be in writing, you
Yeah.
know, in fine print.
which is so by March, we have to have a district-wide cell phone policy. So this is a rule right now. And as we look and explore, then we will further explore what the policy is going to be for the district. It's a big thing in the entire country right now, just for the fact that where schools are trying to do and what they're trying to, or how they're trying to figure it out. MASSP, which is the Minnesota Association for Secondary School Principals, and MESPA, which is the Minnesota Elementary School Association, drew up a policy together, and their policy drew up together actually matches what we're actually using here, which most schools are using right now. But there are also schools right now that are playing with, and I just said that to Denise before we started, with bags to put phones in and little boxes to put phones in that block signals. So you can't have your phone at all when the day starts to when it finishes.
I mean, if you're wearing, I know, but if you're wearing a watch and you're going like this and something goes off, of course they're gonna get extract, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that'll be part of we'll have to play and explore, because like I said, we're gonna have to come up with a true policy by March. So I'll be working on that as soon as school gets started. I'll be checking in with, I know at the middle school levels, that worked out well last year. The one that the high school is going to, elementary, I'm not worried, they can't have them anyway. So we'll be looking at, as soon as day one starts, what is it that is happening? Because we also don't want it to be a discipline thing all the time. Right, because then that just becomes a distraction as well, because now I'm coming in to get phones all the time. So it's going to be a work in progress. I've gone through this work in progress at a couple of schools before, but we're going to be monitoring because we're going to have something written. And we don't have that in place yet. So most districts are somewhat waiting until February, March to put that full policy in place. So it'll be interesting.
Did we clarify here that both middle schools are gonna do the exact same policy?
They are on that goal. They're on that rule right now.
Okay.
So, yeah, and my understanding is one did a little bit better than another one. So, that's correct. It's an ongoing, I don't want to call it a beast, but it's an ongoing.
It's an ongoing battle.
It's an ongoing distraction.
Our whole society is addicted to their phones and screens.
Yeah.
So, and it's,
Do you think MDE will eventually say the policy will be similar to this? That every school should be on a similar policy where they're
Well, I
just
think-
not permitted in a classroom at all?
I think the MD will draw up something that's going to be more legit, and then you can make it more, I don't call it harsh if you want, but there will be, at some point, there will be a minimal allocation. I think that's where MASSP and MESPA drew this up, because it was every district put in their ideas on what they do right now currently, and they put it all together, and that's what they came up with. The majority was pretty much almost identical to, and Alan and David had this written up even prior to that coming out, and then when that came out, it almost matched identical. Because that's pretty much what most schools are doing right now, to try to minimize it, to see what you need to do and how you can do it. Because, yes?
My one question is, you probably already heard the correct some parents, especially at the middle school, is if they get to the disciplinary level where they're being stored in the high school office, for the school day because they violated the policy, is the school willing to take the rap for, let's say, the phone getting damaged or lost, the liability and the cost of that?
Well,
Obviously, they have the option, they usually leave their phone
Okay.
at home, but I believe that would be, it's gonna be in your possession, and, it's a rule that you created.
Well-
As the school board thought about that part of it.
Yes, we did. And then, I think it was 2 meetings before that we talked about having like a storage, like with the phones in, to get it locked, and then they put their code in and everything, so.
And I believe Mr. Reese is gonna be the one that physically goes to the classroom to pick it up, so it's not gonna be teachers bringing them down. That's what we talked about in our meeting.
Yeah, there's different ways to do that. Some districts, the teacher will take it, our admin will be taking them. And then they'll be stored in a spot in the high school, well, in an office where they'll be safe and secure. And then they can only get checked back out through one of the principals at the end of the day. So, could one get broken between me carrying it from here to there? Possibly. So we're only going to have as little and minimal handling of those as possible, because they are an expensive device.
all right. Any other comments on that?
No, it's a good question, though.
Yep.
Because it creates a lot of anxiety,
Mhm.
so.
All right, there's no informational items tonight, it looks like. So we'll move on to new business under donations.
Be it resolved that the School Board of Independent School District Number 2905 accepts with appreciation the following donations and permits their use as designated by the donors. Josh Neubauer Memorial Fund for student needs, $3,500. And Montgomery Library Foundation Decodable Readers for Science of Reading, $3,800.
Okay, I'll need a second.
I'll second.
All right, I have a motion by Chris Blesak. Chris Blesak introduced the motion, which was seconded by Hillary Birdsell. This will be passed by a roll call vote. Trevor?
Yes.
Chris?
Yes.
Josh is a yes. Hillary?
Yes.
And Cindy?
Yes.
That's passed by a vote of 5-0. I have to count everybody now because we're missing a few. All right, next we have the 24-25 7 through 12 student handbook, which includes the aforementioned cell phone policy. I'll seek a motion to approve the handbook for the upcoming school year.
I'll make a motion.
Oh, I'll second.
All right, I have a motion by Hillary Birdsell, seconded by Chris Blesak to approve the 24-25 TCU 7 through 12 student handbook. All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion's passed 5-0. Next, we have the 24-25 K-6 student handbooks. I'll seek a motion to approve it.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
Right, I have a motion by Trevor Hone, seconded by Chris Blesak to approve the 24-25 TCU K through 6 student handbook. All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion's passed 5-0. Next, we have First National Bank of Lee Center. I'll seek a motion to approve the closure of the Tri-City United School account that is held with First National Bank of Lee Center.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
Right, I have a motion by Chris Blesak, seconded by Hillary Birdsell to approve the closure of the Tri-City United School account that is held at with First National Bank of Lee Center. All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion's passed 5-0. Last, as mentioned, we have a land sale resolution that'll be introduced by Chris.
Be it resolved that the Tri-City United School District Number 2905 Board of Education hereby approves the sale of County Edition Block 006 AC Lots 12, 13, 14, Leesburg County, Minnesota.
All right, I'll need a second.
I'll second it.
Okay. I have a motion by Chris Blesak to approve the land sale located in Lee Center, Minnesota, seconded by Trevor Hone. This will be by a roll call vote. Trevor?
Yes.
Chris?
Yes.
Josh is a yes. Hillary?
Yep.
And Cindy?
Yes.
Motion's passed 5-0. Next, I'll seek a motion to adjourn the meeting.
I'll make a motion.
I will second.
Right, I have a motion by Trevor Hone, seconded by Chris Blesak to adjourn the meeting at 6:23 PM. All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion's passed 5-0.